Welcome to the Bryan District's virtual public meeting that will communicate our revision to the 2025 through 2028 Rural Transportation Improvement Program. My name is Sydney Fox from the Bryan District, and I will be your MC. We presented our original four-year program for the time period from fiscal year 2025 to fiscal year 2028 on May 31st, 2024. This presentation will describe our revision to the original program that includes updates to projects in Leon County, Madison County, Walker County, and Washington County. Before we begin the presentation, I'd like to take a moment for a brief safety message. Drive Like a Texan, TxDOT's newest safe driving initiative, is about embracing what makes our state great, the way we look out for each other. Whether you were born here or got here as fast as you could, Texans share a common bond in our commitment to doing the right thing and treating everyone with kindness and respect. On the road, this means driving with care, patience, and respect for everyone around us. By making thoughtful choices, we can all help keep each other safe. This brief presentation will cover the areas listed on this slide, which include the Bryan District boundaries, the basics of what the rural tip is and why it is important for you to be informed about it, what we are revising in the 2025 through 2028 rural tip, and finally, an explanation as to how you can share your comments regarding this revision to the rural tip. The Bryan District includes the 10 counties shown in the map. The original rural tip included projects in all 10 counties, including Brazos, Burleson, Grimes, Freestone, Leon, Madison, Milam, Robertson, Walker, and Washington counties. However, the only counties affected by the 2025 through 2028 rural tip revision are Leon, Madison, Walker, and Washington counties. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of local projects to be funded in a TxDOT district from 2025 to 2028. This means that all projects included in the list are expected to be underway between 2025 to 2028 following its approval. These are the projects you can expect to go to contract in the near future. It is multimodal, which means that it can include projects relating to highways, bicycles and pedestrian facilities, transit services, and freight projects, as well as the preliminary studies used to define those projects. Rural TIP is meant to show regional agreement on the need and priority of a transportation project so all parties involved can be sure they are making the best investment for the community. It is also expected to be consistent with the projects and objectives, including in the regional long-range transportation plans, to ensure that all agencies are working towards the same goal. The Rural TIP is a part of the statewide Transportation Improvement Program. Because the program rules are established by federal law, no project can receive federal funding unless it is listed in the Rural TIP. It is important for you to participate because funding secured by this process is intended to address your community's most immediate needs. And since this rural tip revision is an adjustment to the original plan, it could impact your community. By understanding and reviewing the revision to the program and by providing input, you are making a regional impact, helping us be more intentional with your money, and you are becoming aware of the necessity for the proposed change. The project affected by this rural tip revision located in Leon County is on this slide. The table provides specific details about the project being removed by this rural tip revision. The project is still being developed, however, it will not begin construction in the 2025 to 2028 timeframe. This map shows the project, shown in blue, included in the 2025 to 2028 rural tip November 2025 revision for Leon County. The projects affected by this rural tip revision located in Madison County are detailed on this slide. The table provides specific details about the projects with updated funding and let years reflected in this rural tip revision. The table also provides specific details about 2 projects being removed by this rural tip revision. The projects are still being developed, however, they will not begin construction in the 2025 to 2028 timeframe. This map shows all projects, shown in blue, included in the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP November 2025 revision for Madison County. The project affected by this rural TIP revision, located in Walker County, is on this slide. The table provides specific details about the project, updated funding, and light year reflected in this rural TIP revision. This map shows the project, shown in blue, included in the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP November 2025 revision for Walker County. The project affected by this rural TIP revision, located in Washington County, is on this slide. The table provides specific details about the project's updated funding and light years reflected in this rural TIP revision. This map shows all projects, shown in blue, included in the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP November 2025 revision for Washington County. The Rural TIP functions as a budgeting tool for the district. As such, it is fiscally constrained. Like the budget of a household, the Rural TIP has to be realistic about the amount of money available to be applied to local highway projects. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have money to implement. Therefore, we have to prioritize the projects that are deemed most necessary and have the most local support. Now that you are familiar with the proposed revision to the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP, you are welcome to submit comments regarding the changes. There are a couple of options for submitting comments, including printing out a comment card, filling it out, and mailing it to us at the address shown on the screen, or email your comments to bry_rtip@txdot.gov with rural tip revision in the subject line. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by October 29th, 2025.